Hey Jennifer and Bart, I'm going to run through a quick demonstration of the Skidoo application and the interaction of our sensor data and live video. Um, Upon launching the application, I have the standard sensor tag list to the left. My sensor is called Tom K. To the right of that is just a brief description on how to get our sensor to communicate with the application. A couple of points of interest before I proceed. This is a straight HTML5 JavaScript application, can be displayed and interacted with on an iPad. So if you want to pass an iPad amongst audience members, please feel free to do so. In addition, this was built on the IoT platform, so leveraging functionality like sending a text or an SMS message to one of our audience members is certainly available to us. So I'm going to select Tom K and begin demo. Upon launching the demo, I get a brief introduction about IoT. At the same time, it's loading the video. So they have a bit of an intro screen while it's loading the video. Once it's complete and has loaded the video will be displayed. And you can see our Skidoo is running through its path. And we're measuring speed in this chart directly below the Skidoo, also tracking the location of all of our Skidoos and this specific Skidoo. Once the Skidoo slows down and stops in the video, you'll notice our miles per hour in the speed chart goes down to 0. So to advance this video, I simply take the sensor as I have it in my hand and tip it to the left, which advances the video. Now we're measuring the height of the jump or rotational Y value. Also the location of all of our Skidoos, and specifically this Skidoo. And I can make these values change in the chart itself just by simply moving my sensor around in my hand. Now to advance the video again, just simply tip it. It advances the video to the engine chamber where we're going to measure both temperature and moisture control. So at the point of explosion between fuel and spark in our piston chamber, we're going to measure temperature and moisture detection within that chamber itself. Again, two very popular values that you would want to measure if you were a automobile manufacturer or possibly a recreational vehicle manufacturer. Next, after tipping the sensor, you can see the values change in the two gauges down below. By tipping the sensor again to the left, we're going to advance to the fuel chamber. We're going to see the flow of fuel through the fuel chamber. Again, another popular threshold or value we may want to measure with an engine compartment. So you can see the flow of fuel through the fuel chamber. See the chart down below and showing you exactly what's being flowed through the fuel chamber. And then we're going to move to the oil chamber. Again, another popular critical piece of a engine compartment, making sure oil is flowing through a fuel chamber or the oil chamber. And now we're going to move to a point where we're measuring carbon output in the Skidoo. Skidoo and Bombardier, being environmentally aware, may want to measure the carbon output of that vehicle. So we have sensors that measure grams per gallon displayed in the chart itself, and you can see that the Skidoo actually pauses at the point where we can explain to a customer exactly what is being measured by that sensor output. Advance the video. We now move to the front end of the video itself. So we're going to measure vibration of the front end. The very critical piece of any Skidoo is the front end mechanics. We're measuring two outputs, z-axis and x-axis. So as I move my sensor around, you can see those two values change. And the sensor, or the video itself, the front end is actually jumping over each one of the bumps themselves. Once complete, I may want to track all of this information in our dashboard. So hitting the next button will track my Skidoo's path throughout the day from GPS tracking points we have written to the HANA database. To the left of that, we have a chart of our average speed throughout the day. Above that, we have our real-time alerts for temperature, humidity, light lux, and rotational Y value. These are connected. You can take your sensor in hand and watch the green indicator next to temperature turn from green to red as I blow on it. You can see it turn from green to red. And then below that, we have some indicators showing that we can send SMS messages or text messages. We explain to the customer that we may want to display promotional items available to this customer or some key key KPIs about their vehicle for the customer. So again, just a quick rundown. I'll post this to YouTube. You can view it, kind of get a sense of what we're doing with the application. Again, a pretty popular application with the customer.